Hello Sagittarius, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. Happy Thursday/Friday to you. What's that? Ooh, disconnection. Somebody's feeling like they're on the outside looking in. So as I was saying, welcome here. Thank you for clicking here. I appreciate you. And we're going to look at your week ahead here, Sagittarius. We're already looking at October, right? We have a lot of things happening in October, Sag. Lots of planets are going direct, including Mercury and Pluto and Saturn. Pluto is the planet of Fight Club. Yeah, you've been thinking about the changes you need to make. And when Pluto goes direct, you're going to take out your sword and start slicing, I feel. Not slicing people, but cutting ties. Cutting things that you don't need. That's what it feels like, Sag. Here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Oh, all right. So we start out with something that you're passionate about. Something, someone, right? Okay. All right. You're tired of waiting for the reunion. It's basically what it's saying. That you're super passionate about somebody. Yeah. And I feel like you're so tired of waiting for it. That you've been waiting for a very long time, Sag. But I feel like the Chariot is telling me that things are about to take motion. You also could live at a distance from your person if this is a love reading. I haven't decided that yet. We do have 3 cups, and it does show that there is going to be some sort of a reunion or happiness or a soul tribe. I feel like yeah, somebody you're really passionate about. It could be a Cancer. Doesn't have to be. So things are about to move forward in the future with this person that you're passionate about. I feel like there's going to be a date. Somebody's either going to connect with you or you connect with them, and there's going to be some sort of a gathering. You might be asked to, be a +1 at a wedding, or maybe just meet up with the soul tribe. Maybe you haven't done that in a while. Young, fun, flirty. It can be very serious, right? Life can be very serious. Absolutely. And I was just saying, I feel like you're going to take out your sword and you're going to start cutting away things. People that you don't, the person you meet on the street or in the mall that says, oh my God, I haven't seen you in such a long time. You really should do coffee. And then you don't hear from them again. They just spy on you on Facebook or Instagram, right? Yeah. I feel like you are taking out this sword. You are going to be speaking up. Some of you are going to be telling another person that you're very passionate about them. But I think you're going to do it in a light, fun, flirty way. And I think that's important, right? We have the Page of Wands, who for me is Sagittarius. And I feel like the Page of Wands is someone who's young. So you could have an age difference between you and your person. Doesn't have to be, but the Page of Wands is someone who is very young in how they think, right? So they're someone who is flirty and fun. They're at the beginning of their path, and they're just going to take things as they come. They're not really a planner, right? Think about yourself in your 20s. Were you really planning anything? Maybe you were. Some of you were, but I know I wasn't. I was just kind of taking it as it came at me. And I think that's who the Page of Wands is. The good news is, and I think that's we need to say that the Page of Wands is good news. The good news is I feel that you're going to start speaking up. You're going to be heard. You want to be heard. For some of you, you could be divorced, and that's the reason why you're being heard. I feel like that you needed to speak up in your new life, and for those of you who are not, I think you're just going to find your voice, and I think finding your voice is what is going to propel you forward. You may not have been saying something. I feel like you're at the crossroads of your life, and you're waiting on someone else in order to move forward. Why is this? Tell me about the 3 of Cups here. Because I feel like whatever ends up happening with the 3 of Cups, whether this is a soul tribe or a date or whatever it is, it's going to be with someone who's fun and flirty. They could be someone who's Libra and Gemini, Aquarius. Could be with someone who's Aries or Cancer. So for some of you, you have been manifesting someone. You've been manifesting conversation or communication with someone. You could be in the public eye, or maybe your person is, and maybe you're watching them, or maybe you're just watching them on social media. But I feel like either you or the other person is in the public eye. I also feel like this person that you want to speak to, I feel like that you really respect them. You respect their station. What does that mean, Charlie? You respect their station. You respect what they do for a living. This person could be someone who is psychic. Yep. Could be someone who is a great manifester, someone who usually gets what they want. You know those people. I know those people. They get whatever they want, right? But they're master manifestors. And that's because they're asking for what they want, and then they're turning their backs and doing their own damn thing and acting as though they have that thing. There's always going to be pitfalls, right? There's always going to be someone on the path who's trying to shut you down, shut down your manifestations, telling you manifestation doesn't work. I feel that the magician here is pointing at the queen, and I think that's significant. I think the queen is supposed to practice the manifestation. If that's you, it doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine energy, but I feel like you're supposed to speak up, speak it aloud. And I learned that from a friend of mine. My friend Kim told me, you shouldn't only just manifest it, you should write it down, so journaling, or you should speak it aloud. And I feel like that's what the magician is saying. Yeah, you have the manifestation, but are you speaking it aloud? Does the universe really hear you? We've got the King of Wands in the reverse. The King of Wands in the reverse for me is kind of stuck in their ego. It's egoic energy. It's not really taking action in my life, not really taking action to move forward. 1, 2, 3 wands, right? I feel like you're waiting on the edge with toes off the edge because you don't feel like you're enough just yet. It's like you pick at yourself, Sag. I feel like you feel you're not enough yet. That you feel, and that's the problem too with the manifestation. Understand, everybody's like, why isn't my manifestation coming, Elsie? Well, the truth of the matter is that you're manifesting and you're doing it in the right way, and you're meditating every day, but do you really feel you're worth it? Do you really feel that you're worth it? Like, you can manifest all day long, but do you really feel like it belongs to you? Something to look at, right? I feel like that rather than being sort of and worried about getting hurt, worried about not being able to be the one who's in charge all the time, Sag, because you're a leader, but Sag, not everybody's going to do what you want them to do when you want them to do it. And that's the truth. You don't have control over other people, right? Charlie is really bringing my attention to the King of Wands in reverse, and that's why I'm stuck right here. I'm supposed to see something here. Give me a second. You don't believe that you're good enough looking. You don't believe that you don't believe that you have the energy you need to get up and go get whatever it is that you want. I feel like there is an opportunity coming toward you for love, though. Love or emotion, to express emotion in a happy and fun way. And I think that's good, because I think the King of Wands, if you're identifying with the King of Wands, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, if you're identifying there, I think it's you that I'm talking to. I think you need to lighten up a little bit, and that's why the Page of Wands is here. It's not all about being so serious, right? It's not all about, what's, sometimes your ego is going to get hurt, and that's the truth. But I feel like somebody here is manifesting, and I think that's you. But I think you're supposed to speak up. Okay, understood. Okay, so what's coming to an end is this King of Wands in reverse. You are going to take action here. You are going to take action. You're going to go on this new path. I feel like somebody is going to ask you out, and I feel like once you realize that you are actually the King of Wands in reverse, that you're not taking action, that you're not actually getting up and doing it, going, running for it, or manifesting in the proper way, or maybe you are manifesting in the proper way, but you just don't feel your worth. You don't feel that whoever's in the future, or the person that you want, the one you're trying to manifest, or a job, or a car, or a house, or whatever, you don't feel like you're worth it. I think it's a worthiness issue. So we have the Death card. I feel like once you get that straightened out, once you become the King of Wands in the upright, and that energy transforms itself, I feel like what ends is this and what begins is this. I feel like we have 4 of Wands. The reason you don't feel your worth is because you're weighted down by 10 Wands. 6 and 4 is 10. You're being weighted down. You're dragging things around. Someone didn't like you in the past. Someone told you had crazy eyes or crazy nose, or somebody said something to you about your looks and it really impacted you. And so it made you go within, I think. Because you didn't have the self-worth. You didn't feel like you were worth a compliment. And I think you're going to learn to speak up in those situations, Queen of Swords. I think you're going to learn to say, look, I'm just not listening to it. And maybe you're just going to distance yourself from that person. You know what? Everybody thinks that, I really need to stay in touch with this person because why? If this person isn't treating you well and you can't even manifest your way out of it, what's the point? Yeah, not everybody's meant to stay in your life. Some people are just meant to be there for a lifetime. We've got the Six of Pentacles. There you are. Six of Pentacles. And we have the Emperor. I feel like it's yourself you give reciprocity to, honestly. I think you're cutting yourself a break here. That's what I think you're doing. And I understand the meaning of the Six of Pentacles, but I feel in this situation that you're cutting yourself a break, and that's why you're going to be able to transform this energy. And that's when all the things come rolling in that you've been manifesting. I really feel like some of us, maybe you, are always just one lesson away from having everything we want, because it feels like whatever you want is right here, but you have to get over this lesson before you can move forward. So we have the Emperor. And we have the Two of Swords. I feel like you've been trying to make a decision about something you should do in order to level up in your life. And the Emperor here, I feel, is someone who, well, I don't feel, but I know is someone who takes charge, right? The person who is taking charge of their own life, taking charge of the reciprocity, and taking charge of making decisions. And I feel like that's what you have to do in order to move forward for those of you who have been feeling stuck. So if you've been stuck at the Two of Wands here because this person is tied down, just saying. If you feel stuck at the Two of Wands because you're overthinking it, I feel like it is maybe some regret that's keeping you there. And you keep thinking about regret from the past, regret of how you accumulated the burdens. And I think that you're trying to forgive somebody, and you're trying to look at it in a way of forgiveness. But you know what? Sometimes what it takes is to cut somebody out in order to be able to forgive them, because they keep damaging you over and over again. We have Two Swords again. We've got 2 and 2 is 4. So you're healing here. You're starting to heal this energy over here, which is going to lead you to your transformational energy. Some of you could be dealing with Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. You could be dealing with Scorpio. You could be dealing with Aries here. You could be dealing with Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I feel like what you're going to learn is that you are far more powerful than you ever thought you were. You're smarter, faster, stronger. And I feel like in this energy of sitting here, in this Hanged Man energy, along with the Five of Cups, that you're realizing your worth. You're realizing you are smart. You look kind of cool sitting on your throne. I'm just saying, like you are someone who knows a lot of things. You're smart and you're always willing to learn. Look at all these swords. You are so up in your head. So if you're looking at moving forward toward a person, if that's what we're looking at here, then I feel like it's time for you to drop these swords. Yeah, we've got 9 and we've got 1 here, right? And that is learning to close the cycle. I really think the cycle that you're closing is being kinder to you. I think you're the hardest person on yourself. I know that there is something coming for you that is really great and grand. Tell me about that. Oh, look at that. Okay. So we have the Queen in reverse as well. So whether you're feminine or masculine, I think there is a twin out there for you. If it's not a twin, it's a soulmate. Someone who sees you as they are, someone who is your match. But I feel like you're carrying around too much burdens right now. You're holding your ground on something, Sag, that you shouldn't have held your ground on. If you continue to hold your ground in this 7 of Wands here, I feel like that the Chariot isn't going to be able to move, because I feel like that's what's blocking the Chariot right now, is your inability to just drop it, to stop holding grudges, to stop, taking a moment, any moment that you have to make a snide comment about the person who is not necessarily having an easy time at life. But guess what? Neither are you. Yeah. So in fact, in effect, when we judge someone else, we judge ourselves, right? Because it just comes back to us. It's always about us. Interesting. Very different readings here today. Very different readings. What else can you tell me about Sag, please? I think what we're supposed to know for sure is that at the center of the reading is the Magician. You have all the tools that you need in order to speak up, in order to move forward, in order to be happy and stable in a relationship. I really think that it's all up to you, but I think there's going to be a lot of healing, and there's some of you are going through growing pains, to be honest, going from the king to the emperor. I feel like some of you are going through a lot of lessons and growing pains. But the destiny is, I feel like there's a lot of spiritual growth. You realize that you don't really need a counterpart. You don't really need someone else to aggravate the situation. What you need is to find home, right? Where is home to you? Is it where you're living right now, or is it a person? I feel like you have a destiny here. Yeah, the destiny is that you will go through all of this, and when you do, you will experience spiritual growth. And until you go through this series, you can want as much as you want for the relationship. You can want as much as you want for the passion and the happy things, or the Ace of Wands. You can want for that as much as you want. But the truth is that the freedom is in the growth. Looking inward. Yeah, because you're not looking at this person over here. You're over here and they're over here, and y'all are in the same spot, right? You don't believe in yourself. You're kind of feeling a little bit selfish. That's why you're not talking. That's why that things aren't coming together, because you're both going through the same things, and it feels like twinned energy, I'm just going to say. So we have freedom and fun times, and that's what comes after your spiritual growth. After finding out where your home is, it is destiny that you move forward. Ooh, triangle. Okay. We have children on the bottom of the deck. So for some of you, you could be stuck because someone's not choosing you over another person. Don't let it be a fall of you. Don't. No. Because someone else's ability not to see your worth, it doesn't mean that you don't have any. Right? Yeah, you have worth. Whether this person chooses you or not, or whether you choose these two people, it has no effect on their worth. It doesn't. You can still have worth even if someone doesn't pick you. All right, I don't really know what that was all about, but that's not the regular reading, but that's okay. I'm going to go for now. I hope there was something that interested you here, and I'm going to go for now. I hope to see you in the comments. Let's talk about it and find out what's going on here. Is this your situation? And, you know, some of you won't want to acknowledge the situation. Acknowledge that you need to have work done. Acknowledge that you're in this situation because of this situation. Because you just can't let it go. Yep. All right, I'm going to go for now. Thanks, Sag. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go for now, and I will see you next week. See y'all. Bye-bye.